Are there lures that will catch every single fish? Well, there are, and let's talk about those in today's video. Now, one pattern that you're gonna notice very quickly in this video is that a lot of these lures are mimicking bait fish, right? And the reason why is because pretty much every fish out there eats other fish. That's just a fact, right? So you're gonna see a lot of that in today's video, not all of them, but that will be a reoccurring pattern. So when you guys are doing your shopping for your next lure, keep that in mind, right? As you pick out your next colors and your next style, is it mimicking the bait fish that are in the body of water that I'm fishing? All right, now these 5 lures here that I'm gonna talk about are in no order at all, but number 5 on this list could potentially be my favorite of all of them, and that is an inline spinner. Now, don't get this confused with a regular spinner bait like for bass fishing. Those are a completely different setup compared to an inline spinner, and those I don't think are as good for catching every species of fish versus an inline spinner like these Panther Martins right here, I think are perfect for catching everything. I mean, I've seriously caught bass, trout, bluegill, crappie. I've caught a catfish on one of these before. I mean, these really will catch every species of fish, fresh or saltwater. There's a bunch of different sizes, a bunch of different colors. They make some with just 1 blade, others with 2 blades. There's really a lot you can choose from with these lures. Now, on the side of a fish, they have this thing called the lateral line, and that lateral line is what they use to sense movement in the water. And that's exactly what these lures are trying to cater to, because the spinner has this blade on it that moves when it hits water. That water pushes that blade around and around, and that movement, right, that blade moving is what's displacing water, and the fish are picking that movement up on their lateral line. So a spinner is a great thing to mimic just a small little bait fish, especially if you go with a bright silver one like the one I have here. That blade's gonna put off a lot of flash, especially if it's a sunny day. It's gonna put off a lot of flash in that water, and it's gonna mimic kind of the tail or the side of a little bait fish, you know, trying to scurry away in the water. So spinners are awesome. They mimic, you can get a bunch of different colors. Like this one's a baby rainbow trout. So that's going to identify, obviously, you know, it's going to mimic a small baby trout in a river or a lake, right? So overall, you can catch tons of different fish in these on every type of body of water. 100% recommend you should have an inline spinner in your box. The brands that I like specifically are Panther Martin, Rooster Tail, and Joe's Flies. Those would be 3, I think that would be great options for wherever you're going. One last thing I'll add with an inline spinner here is I would recommend getting a snap swivel to go on the front. That's what you want to connect this lure to, because these spinners have a tendency to create a lot of line twist, and if you have a snap swivel, that's going to get rid of all that. So would recommend that. I will have all that linked down below for anyone wondering. All right, now category number 2 here, I am just going to call hard baits. And the reason why is because this can kind of imitate, or this can kind of include a lot of different lures, right? We have one right here, which is a jerk bait. This is meant just for a rip, 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 pause, rip, rip, pause, right? A pausing bait. Versus you have a crankbait, right? In a crankbait, you're going to consistently reel this in. Now, you can stop it if you want, but this is not a bait that you're going to rip and jerk in the water, right? Then you have baits, for instance, like this guy right here, Rapala Countdown. You can do both. You can fish this like a crankbait, you can fish this like a jerkbait. So for hard baits, I'm going to count any lure with a clear bill in the front, right? These are all imitating some type of bait fish, whether you have like a golden shiner or you have a baby rainbow trout. Or you just have maybe like just a little shiner, or sometimes they're not even imitating something specific, right? A fire tiger color, there's no fish in the bodies of water around me that look like this, right? Maybe a yellow perch, but there's bodies of water that don't have any yellow perch in it that I still catch fish on this just because those bright lures, or those bright colors really catch their attention. So hard baits in general are going to catch pretty much every species of fish, and if you go with some larger sizes like these, you have a tendency to catch a larger fish. So what's nice is there's tons of different sizes and colors available, lots of different brands, and you can get a different lure based on what you're targeting and how you're targeting it. Some brands that I really like, I think the #1 company for this is Rapala. They make a little bit of everything, crankbaits, jerkbaits, trolling cranks, I mean everything. Another one is Strike King. Strike King makes an awesome crankbait. These are meant a little more for bass, but you can catch other fish on those. I've caught big trout on these as well. And then Lucky Craft. Lucky Craft is another great one. They make some awesome jerk baits, as well as the Berkeley. They make a flicker shad. The Berkeley flicker shad here is really cool because you can fish this straight retrieve like a crankbait. You can rip this like a jerk bait, or you can just put this 100 feet behind your boat and just troll it as is. This one is very universal. You can do a lot of different things with this bait. And I've caught a lot of fish on these Berkeley flicker shads in the last couple years. So yeah, overall, hard baits, you gotta have them in your box. Now the next lure on this list could potentially be the most versatile lure on the market. I don't think there's a lure that has as many uses than this lure. And this is gonna be a small, soft plastic swim bait. Now what's cool about these is you can get a larger, heavier bait, right? Like this this little Mega Bass Dark Sleeper here. Or you can go with a little Berkeley Power Bait one, like this little guy right here. It's about 1.5 inches long. They make smaller than this. You can get a little inch one. Right here, we've got probably, man, this could be my favorite. It's close, but we've got a Kitech little shiner right here. That's the 2.8 inch. And we've also got a more unique presentation of a Frostbite Derby Slayer here. It's more of a paddle tail style, right? And that's gonna be an awesome vertical up and down style lure. So there's a bunch of different brands and sizes with this, but what's cool about these little swim baits is that you can cast it out. The second it hits the water, you can just start reeling it in, or you can let it sink to the bottom and then you can hop it up and then let it sink back down again, or you can cast it out, let it sink to the bottom, you can reel it really fast and then stop it, right? You can jerk it back in, or you can twitch your rod so that it's kind of moving back and forth, but it's still going for, you know, it's a forward momentum. There is so many different styles that you can use, you know, there's so many different techniques that you can do with a small swim bait like this. And these truly will catch every single species. I've caught tons of crappie and panfish with these small little Berkeley ones. These ones right here, this Frostbite Derby Slayer is an awesome one for bass or big lake trout. They make a bunch of different sizes of these, and lake trout guys absolutely love these. This one right here, the Kitech, I think it's the Easy Shiner, or the Swing Impact. They make a bunch of different ones. This one right here, phenomenal for bass right here. I have caught so many big largemouth, smallmouth, and spotted bass on this little swim bait. And then this guy right here, another phenomenal little smallmouth lure, the Mega Bass Dark Sleeper. This one has a built-in weed guard, which is really cool, so that hook is kind of covered. You can fish a little more grass and stuff with this one. But overall, there is just so many different types of swim baits on the market. And there's just so many uses for these. It is incredible. There's so many ways you can fish this. They're good in grass, right? They're good in rocks. They're good on sandy, shallow water. They're good fishing super deep. You can use them for ice fishing, right? You can just drop them right below you, jig them back up if you're on a boat. There's so many ways to use these, and they are just so versatile. So 100%, you gotta have some small swim baits with you. Or just, not even small, just swim baits. You've gotta have some soft plastic swim baits on you. Now, number 4 here is a lure that your grandpa's grandpa has probably fished, right? And that is a small curly tail soft plastic. These little curly tail grubs have been around for so long, and they haven't really had that much, I guess, innovation behind this, right? Like some of these curly tails are pretty much the same thing that your grandpa has been fishing. And the reason why is because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, these things have continued catching fish for so long, and there's a bunch of different sizes, a bunch of different colors, and you can pretty much catch every species off of something like this. Now, a smaller one at this size right here, I would definitely use this more for stuff like panfish, so you know, crappie, bluegill, red ear sunfish, shell crackers, stuff like that. Yellow perch would love this, but also you can use this for, you know, trout, bass. You know, I'm sure a catfish would hit this if you put it in front of them. I mean, there's so many different species you can do with this. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can fish these. One of my favorite ways is to just put a jig head on like this, cast it out, And as it's sinking, you're just twitching that thing back in towards you. Another great way to rig this up is to actually put a bobber above it. So you're actually still on a jig head, right? You want a little bit of weight, but you put a bobber, put a decently long leader on there, and you're just kind of twitching that bobber back in, right? And so when that bobber moves, it's moving the bait as well. And when a fish eats that bait, the bobber goes down. So it's a very interactive style of fishing, which is nice. It's good for beginner fishermen because they have that visual of that bobber going down. It's very easy to not miss bites with something like that. As well as with the bobber, you can position that bait in the exact area you want, right? So say the water depth is 10 feet and the fish are from, 4 to 6 feet. Well, you can have your bobber, you can put a 5-foot leader from the bait to the bobber and fish, and now you know your bait, right? Your little curly tail is right in the smack center of that area that you know the fish are. Say the fish move down 2 feet deeper, well, just move that bobber 2 feet farther away from your grub, right? So it's a very easy way of fishing this. But grubs, they come in tons of different colors. Some of your larger tackle shops like Bass Pro, Scheels, stuff like that, Big Five, like they probably have like 100 different colors of grubs in their shop that you can choose from. I like some of your really bright ones, right? Your pinks like this, your chartreuse do really good. But then I would also have a couple naturals in there too, like a little brown grub like this. And then I would also make sure to have like an all white, because a little white grub can mimic some type of a bait fish. But this is kind of one of those in there that can mimic a whole bunch of different things. This could just be a little, aquatic bug. This could be a little baby crawfish, just whatever, right? There's a lot of weird little critters that swim around, and this thing can imitate a lot of those different ones. So yeah, 100% recommend, especially for you pan fishermen, you gotta have some curly tail grubs in your box. All right, so the last one on this list here is another one that has been around for a long time and catches a ton of different fish, and that is a spoon. Now, some of you may have a different experience than me when fishing spoons. However, what I seem to have noticed, at least where I live and how I fish these spoons, is that I've either had a really good day or a not too good day on a spoon. Like, I feel like I've had days where I've caught like 20, 30 plus fish. It's like every other cast are just smacking the spoon. And then I've had other days where I fished a spoon for 20 minutes, didn't get a single bite, switched over to another lure and started catching fish immediately, right? So I feel like these, you gotta have them in your box, because if you're on that day where fish are crushing spoons, yeah, you're gonna have a fun day, right? But if not, put it away, try something new. But spoons, what's cool about the spoons is they have this big wobble, it's basically, it cups water, right? And so it has this big movement back and forth. And that movement back and forth is imitating a small bait fish that's just trying to get away, right? And big fish don't like when small fish are getting away from them. So bunch of different brands. The most well-known ones are probably the Little Cleo and the Castmaster. These two are probably the top 1 and 2 selling spoons of all time. However, two of my personal favorites as well are the Fjord Junior here. I love the way this one moves in the water. It's got a really tight kick to it. Another one with a tighter kick as well is the Frostbite Dinner Bell spoon. This one's cool because it's got this little thing in the middle that moves, so it's a little bit different compared to some of the other spoons on the market. But buy a couple different brands. They're not that expensive, so have a couple different options to choose from. If you're fishing, the cool thing about these is that they're basically just a chunk of metal, so you can cast these things super far. You can cast them way out there. Let these sink down a decent ways. You can let these sink all the way to the bottom, then start reeling it in. And that's a great way to get some of your larger fish that are hunkered down near the bottom. Another cool thing about these is you can fish these vertically. So if you're on a boat or you're ice fishing, you can drop this straight below you, let it sink to the bottom, and then rip it up. And that fast rip up and then the flutter back down is just deadly. I've had some incredible days doing that. You can do it on the bank as well. It's just a little harder because you're not right over your lure, right? So you're eventually gonna have to reel that lure back in. But you can do this both ways, and that is a deadly technique to catch a bunch of different fish. So yeah, 100% recommend spoons, phenomenal. If I missed a lure that you guys think could catch every species of fish out there, please leave a comment down below. I would love to pin your comment so that others can read that and learn from it as well. Hopefully you guys got a kick out of today's video. If you want to see what you should do to tie every one of these lures on, I got that video right here for you. If you want to see another video on the rods and reels that you should throw lures like this on, I will put that right here for you. So hopefully you guys got a kick out of today's episode. We'll see you guys next time on Humbug Videos.